It was the lube.
Not a good group either. All right, Weston with Carry Concealment here today. Wanted to showcase another new firearm that we brought into the shop with intentions of building holsters. This is an interesting new firearm because 380s for the longest time, I've always thought of the Ruger LC 380s and really crappy little pocket pistols. And this is still a little pocket pistol, but the grip on this thing feels pretty phenomenal. If you've ever handled one of these things, you might understand what I'm talking about. For somebody with large hands, it actually feels really good. Now, the hysterical thing about this gun is just how small it is. It literally will disappear in somebody's hands like myself. I'm a little worried about my thumb riding on top of the slide, but for comparison, I also have a Glock 43X here. And as you can see, this Bodyguard is, man, easily 20 to 30% smaller. It's also incredibly lightweight. But the difference between these two firearms is pretty stark, and I'm excited to shoot it. I haven't shot a 380 in a long time. I think the last weird small cartridge I shot was a 32 ACP, so excited to see how this goes. One thing of note, this is a gun that is most likely going to be recommended to female shooters a lot because of its size. I would argue that this slide is actually really stiff and hard to manipulate, so people that have reduced grip strength may have a hard time with that. Additionally, these magazines are awful. You know, you could argue that they need break-in time or whatnot. Both the 10 rounder and the 12 rounder, I could not get more than 9 rounds in this thing. We were shoving these things in here. They just are extremely, extremely stiff. So hopefully this goes well and and it shoots well enough. There is also, oh buddy. Yeah, you have to seat that hard. There was also a fun little Smith QC issue where a lot of these were shipping with their sights floated off to one side. This one looks pretty good, but I will definitely blame that if I don't shoot it well. So let's give her a rip. Okay, so we are at, what do you think, John? 20 yards? 15?
20, 25.
20, yeah. Okay, 20, 25 yards with a 380, iron sights. Let's see how the Bodyguard does. Okay, we got our first malfunction. Let's try that again. Okay, snappier than I expected. I guess it is incredibly small, so of course it's going to be jumpy. But I was expecting the 380 round to be a little less punchy than that. Let's put some more in it. We're about 25 yards-ish away from a reduced C-zone, and it's proving to be fairly difficult. One thing to note is I think the rear sight is pretty wide. So the rear irons are real wide, and so you've got quite a bit of play from left to right when you get your front sight kind of set in there. This gun is not intended to be used at a serious range, so what we're going to do is sneak on over here to some paper. We'll shoot from about 10 yards rather than 25, see if we can get some better results on paper. There we go.
It's about 10.
Somebody once upon a time said something about most offensive shootings happening somewhere around this range, so let's give it a whirl with the little 380.
Doesn't want to go back into battery.
It's having some battery issues.
We have not cleaned or lubed this gun yet.
Yeah, insert comment about break-in period on any gun, I guess. But so far, well, what do you think?
I think that grouping is awful. I'm not that bad.
I mean, something not jiving with that gun. A lot of malfunctions, a lot of failure to feeds.
It's hard to keep your thumb low enough to not ride the slide, so I'm sure that was part of it.
Seems like this gun could use some more rounds through it, maybe some lube, something to kind of help it function a little better, because as of right now, this wasn't a great first outing with the 380.
Well, let's go lube it up really quick.
Okay. Before you guys yell at us about this 380 having issues today, we are using the Fiocchi Range Dynamics 95 grain FMJs. I will say we did get an additional round in each mag the second time around, so maybe it's getting better. John also put a generous amount of lube on this thing, so I'm gonna aim for like top right-ish. Oh, that reset got me.
It was the lube.
Not a good group either, honestly. It's large. Lots of MOA, but it's there. You want to try again?
Yeah.
It ran a whole mag, so
okay.
That's an improvement.
Yeah, I'm in.
Went into battery that time. Maybe it really was just a matter of it being a little too dry. Yeah, much better.
Way more better.
Way more better. We're literally 1 box deep on this thing. Is it warming up?
Yeah, that got hot. No touch.
No. So yeah, a little bit of lube and 50 rounds in, and the gun seems to be running much better already. So
yeah,
I guess if you're someone who's considering carrying one of these, might be a good idea to put a few hundred through it with your favorite ammo to make sure that it's going to work.
Probably slow, or just don't touch the slide because it's hot.
It's hot already.
It's hot.
Okay, so the Bodyguard 2.0. Interesting little gun. Its most certainly best attribute is its size. The 380 with, you know, newer cartridges and whatnot, I'm sure you could find maybe like a tumble on impact round or some sort of new soft point that just does amazing things out of a gun this size. Not denying that at all. We did have some issues with it the first few rounds, but it seems to have cleaned itself up with some lube and a few extra rounds. So yeah, excited to make holsters for this. Now, regarding holsters on a gun this small, if you think about where this is going to ride in your waistband and where all of the ammo and all the weight of this firearm is going to live, it's all going to be above the belt. So we have to be real careful with the type of belt attachments we use and the holster design. Most likely what we're going to do is a very slimline holster with a single ulti-clip or discrete carry mod 4 sitting right here over the trigger guard. Not going to offer a ton of crazy options because, again, it's all about geometry with holster development with these kind of guns, and really for the intended purpose of this thing, I'm not going to build a level 2 holster, obviously. We're going to cut it back and just make holsters that make sense for this. So coming soon to Carry Concealment Bodyguard 2.0.